I've been waiting years for a good roguelike turn-based strategy tactics game to be released. And Roguecraft might finally be able to scratch that itch. Now, not only that, but it looks to have enough elements of the Fire Emblem turn-based tactics gameplay that I love to be a truly fun experience in a condensed time frame. Now, in this video, I'll simply explain everything we know about this upcoming Steam game and whether or not it might be the game for you. Now, first up, it's a Lovecraftian roguelike game being developed by Badger Punch Games. They make games for retro consoles, and this might actually be their first ever PC release, as far as I can tell, besides maybe these two here that look like they were maybe released a lot previously. But yeah, so this looks to be one of their most recent PC releases, and personally, I think it looks absolutely fantastic. It was originally developed for the Commodore Amiga, and it is now being ported to the PC, to a Windows build on Steam. Here's the trailer as I talk through some more of the game. Now, it is a turn-based strategy game with some of the most stunning 8-bit maps I've ever seen, especially if you're into the Lovecraftian sort of style. Personally, I really like that style, but not everyone's probably going to be into it. But if you're into horror, I think a lot of horror fans do enjoy the whole Lovecraftian type of thing. And honestly, you also get to choose from 3 player classes. This reminds me of Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon. Now, I personally always picked Lyn. That was always my favorite character. But just having the option to pick from something that you might want to choose is actually a really good addition to this game. It's one of my favorite parts of Slay the Spire, generally speaking, as well. Now, it also looks to have some sort of score tally at the top of the game here, we can see from the trailer. And it might have some sort of competitive and fun leaderboard, which is really huge win for a rogue-like fans, since a lot of roguelike players tend to have a leaderboard of some kind in their game. And so it's really hitting, kind of ticking all the boxes for fans of the different genres to come together into this one interesting game. Now, the unique maps themselves also look really fun. We go through some of these images. There's a lot of spacing here, a lot of choke points and things like that. That looks pretty cool. And it reminds me of the original Fire Emblem days where you have this like loot optionality, for example. Like you might be in the center arena, you might need to take on these enemies first, or do you use your turn-based system to go and reach this chest up in the corner instead? These are some of the original Fire Emblem days where instead of like you could either save the village and maybe get a really cool item, and maybe one of your other characters is going to absolutely get killed because of that decision, or do you save that character and maybe give up the 3-turn limit or whatever on that village being saved? Those sorts of direct choices that you make inside a tactics game are some of my favorite elements of all time, and it looks like this really captures some of those moments. It also says that on the Steam page, it says that runs last between 30 to 40 minutes, which is honestly a really great setup given you can take it at your own pace, okay? A lot of people that play turn-based games don't want to have a timer breathing down their neck, and I'm glad they don't have that in here. Not only that, but it's visually stunning in many ways. One of the biggest things I noticed here, using some AI generators to try and make concept art every now and then. This art, I don't believe is AI generated. There's highly unlikely that it is. You can see all of the care and love and passion that went into the art and visuals for this game. I think that's worth taking note of because in a world of Steam slop where we're starting to get all these crazy slop games released onto the Steam store, I'm really happy to see that this one has not gone down that path. Now, the ultimate question is the game for you? Now, if you like retro gaming, turn-based strategy, and roguelikes, then it's definitely the game for you. If you only like one of those things, then you should definitely give it a try. But really, I can't personally wait to try it for myself. Please subscribe if you love strategy and tactics games and want to stay in the loop.